In this video, I'm going to share with you how I took an older, underperforming blog post and boosted its ranking with a simple yet effective change. As an SEO, you always have to be looking out for these things, and I'm going to give you all of the logic and also the step-by-step that I did in order to make this work. So, the basic thing here is that the ChatGPT content we actually write is quickly published. Okay, it's not really, we don't give that much care about the original level of content. This is quite common in SEO. This is an SEO secret that people don't really talk about. What we do is we post the content and we publish it. We get it indexed and we find out what keywords Google is willing to rank it for. Okay, not only that, we also see which keywords have the highest searches per month. And because we're ranking for that keyword, we can actually see using Search Console, okay? So the example I'm going to be using in this video is this one right here, 6 brands for the high net worth of the world. And basically, it was underperforming for a little bit, and I decided to breathe some new life into it. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that in this video. But the idea is to improve the ranking of the keywords with the highest impressions. And we also should be watching, this is separate to this, watching for huge spikes in random keywords which can suggest a trend. This happens quite frequently. You will see that an article will suddenly start ranking for a keyword, whether it's just Google has given that keyword to that article or that keyword has just been born. It's really, really hard to tell. But what we can do as SEOs is we can optimize specifically for that keyword. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. And the final thing that I did was I increased the retention of the article by adding something interesting at the beginning, which keeps people on the page. I used to think this was called bounce rate, but I actually got corrected recently. They changed the meaning of bounce rate. This is now time on page, and it's one of the most important metrics in SEO. So on Search Console, what I like to do is I like to go on pages, and I like to sort by impressions. And if you click on one, you can see if there's a random spike. So I actually noticed this random spike. I found it very, very interesting. And my logic was, this is a new keyword. And I was right. Okay, so if I click on query, and let's go by, yeah, so I went by clicks, and this has 97 clicks. Look at that. That's actually crazy. So I don't know if this is a trend or if this is a new keyword that suddenly we've decided to be put on the first page. But my logic here was, let me just change this to English, even though it's really understandable. I shouldn't really have to put this in English, but just for people who can't make the switch kind of thing between their language and what they're seeing on a screen. Okay, it's now in English. My logic here was ultra high-end brands was a really, really good keyword for us, and also it's something that's trending right now, so maybe I can boost up the average position. So also, Google Analytics has some important information for us as well. This is the 7th of July until the 13th of July. I cannot change this into English because I can't change the whole business's account to English on Google Analytics. But basically, I search for blog here and I see that my blog post here has an average of 48 seconds on time, okay? I made this change, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm pretty sure I made it yesterday. So what we can do now is we can put it on today, okay? And we can see if the time on page has increased, and we can see it's increased slightly, but it's about the same. And what about bounce rate and Ushita, which is exit, etc., etc. There are also a lot more people coming to the page. So this now has 130 just today, whereas in the last week, if we look at the top here, if we click on this actual blog post on Google Analytics, we can see that it's already got 130 today. It got 241 yesterday. So it's definitely growing, which we can see from these statistics. So the last thing I want to show you before I actually show you how I did this is if you go on most recent dates, you can compare it to yesterday. And if it's already higher than yesterday, you know that it's growing, okay? So it has almost 3,000 impressions and 179 clicks in a day that has not been completed yet, okay? And yesterday it had 127 clicks and 2,440 impressions. So the increase is big, okay? It's really, really big. So how did I do this? I did this in a couple of ways, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it in this video. So what I did was I took the original article, which first of all, it had an H1 at the top, so it actually had two H1s, which I removed. And I basically took the entire article into ChatGPT. Now I used the Playground. Feel free to use the Playground or ChatGPT front end. I would personally use the Playground. If you do not have ChatGPT 4 yet, you need to get yourself build on ChatGPT 3.5. So use the Playground on 3.5. Let them, spend some money, show that you're actually a paying customer, and they will give you access to ChatGPT 4. Okay. So you can find this Google document in the description right here. I have everything that I'm doing in this video written here. So what I do is I take the HTML and I put it right here. I'm going to delete the table because obviously I already have a table, so it doesn't make sense for me to have a table because I didn't have a table previously. And then also let's get rid of the FAQ, which I added. So the original article was written like this, okay? If you want to see what this looks like, let's go to HTML, render HTML. I just need to see it, so let's just render some HTML. This is what the original article looked like, okay? It has a lot of photos and things like that in, but there was no table at the top and there was no frequently asked questions at the bottom, okay? So all I did was use this very, very simple prompt, which just says, please add a table summarizing the article at the top. Make sure the table mentions the important parts of the article, but do not just give me a table of contents. After that, add an FAQ section with H2 and H3 headers, followed by FAQ page schema, according to Google's schema guidelines, okay? So we're gonna put that in. We'll do the same thing with ChatGPT 4 just to see, kind of compare them. Okay, submit file. No. Okay. So this is too long, so it's just kind of useless doing it like that. Okay, so that took probably like 2 or 3 minutes in total. Now what you can do is you can add it together. So I actually like to use Markdown to HTML for this just because I find it really, really easy to copy and paste things into it. In this case, it's not going to work though, I just realized, because it's not in Markdown. So I think I have to do HTML to Markdown instead. So this is the HTML. Okay, in this case, we're just going to put everything together inside here, and then we're not going to save it. So I'll do Control V, and this puts the original article there. And then we're just going to get the parts here. So first of all, we'll get the table, and we'll put that here. And then let's grab the FAQ. So up to script. Oh no, we also need the H2. Okay, perfect. And we'll put that at the bottom. And then if we press show hide editor, you can see that it's done exactly that. Okay. So this actually really, really helps with SEO. It really helps engagement, and it will help your older articles write a lot better. So basically the process is you need to first of all find which keywords have high impressions but low clicks. Okay. It's really, really easy to do that. Just click on any page. Let's say the most expensive suit brands, and then click on queries, sort by impressions, and see what's getting a lot of impressions but not a lot of clicks. Look to see if there is something that really, really suits your article, okay? Something that's maybe a little bit niched down or something like that, okay? Best suits in the world, famous suit brands could be a good one. We don't actually have an article on this, and I don't think the article even mentions famous suit brands. So that would be something that you could very easily add to the FAQ section, for example. And that's the entire process, okay? You need to identify keywords that you could be ranking better for, and then optimize the articles for those keywords. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll be away for 5 days, so I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.